Because somewhere in the 1960s, the United States Air Force was using advanced heat-seeking missiles to hunt campfires. And the aircraft doing it? A supersonic interceptor that, at first, couldn't even break the sound barrier. Most stories have another side. This one's just a little stranger. I'm Bill, and this is Buffalo Air Park. Let's dive in. I came across one of these in person at the Maps Air Museum in Ohio, sitting outside between the A-37 and the F-100, like a sharp-edged reminder of the Cold War. And, at first glance, it looks exactly what you'd expect from the 1950s, sleek, sharp, and confident. But the deeper you go into its story, the stranger it gets. This is the Convair F-102 Delta Dagger, better known to pilots who flew it as the Deuce. To understand the Deuce, you have to step into the early Cold War. The United States wasn't worried about fighters. They were worried about bombers, specifically long-range Soviet aircraft like the Tu-95 coming over the Arctic carrying nuclear weapons. The response? Build the ultimate interceptor. Not a dogfighter, not a jack of all trades. A machine designed for only one purpose: find the bombers, intercept them, destroy them before they reach American cities. And, in true 1950s fashion, they went all in. No guns, just missiles and rockets hidden inside an internal weapons bay. Because this aircraft wasn't just a jet, it was part of a system, linked to ground radar, early computers, and automated targeting. In some cases, the system could guide the aircraft, lock the target, and fire the weapons, with the pilot acting more like a supervisor than a shooter. There was just one issue. When they built it, it didn't work. The prototype known as the YF-102 was supposed to be supersonic. Instead, it hit a wall at Mach 0.98, close enough to hear it, but never break through. And, after just days of testing, one crashed. At that point, the entire program was on the edge of collapse. Then came an engineer named Richard Whitcomb. Working at NACA, what would later become NASA, he noted something unusual. At high speeds, drag wasn't just about the wings. It was about the entire shape of the aircraft. So he proposed something radical. Pinch the fuselage right where the wings meet it. That single idea, known as the area rule, gave the aircraft its now famous Coke bottle shape. Convair redesigned the jet in just over 3 months. And when it flew again, it didn't just break the sound barrier, it blew past it. But even after that breakthrough, the Deuce never became an easy airplane to fly. It had a dangerous quirk during takeoff. Hit the wrong combination of speed and angle of attack, and the engine could stall. The aircraft could roll violently, even flip. Its accident rate stayed uncomfortably high throughout its career. By the 1960s, the Deuce found itself in Vietnam, not in a role it was designed for, but doing something completely unexpected. At night, pilots began using their infrared-guided missiles to lock onto heat sources on the ground. Campfires, cooking fires, anything that gave off heat. It may be one of the most expensive ways a campfire has ever been put out. The F-102 only suffered one confirmed air-to-air loss, and even that sounds unreal. During a mission near Laos in 1968, a North Vietnamese MiG-21 fired a heat-seeking missile. It struck the F-102, but didn't explode. Instead, it lodged itself in the rear fuselage. The pilot's wingman pulled alongside and confirmed it. A live missile stuck in the aircraft. Moments later, it detonated. And here's one more twist. Among the pilots who flew the Deuce, future U.S. President George W. Bush. He flew the F-102 in the Texas Air National Guard, and by most accounts, he handled it well. By the 1970s, the Deuce was already being replaced by faster, more refined interceptors. So what do you do with hundreds of aging Cold War jets? You remove the pilot and keep them flying. The F-102 became a remote-controlled target drone used for weapons testing and training. The last ones were flown that way into the 1980s. The F-102 Delta Dagger started as a jet that couldn't go supersonic, was saved by a shape inspired by physics and maybe a soda bottle, fought a war it was never designed for, and ended its life as a flying target. And that wraps up another tale from aviation's stranger side. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.